If your flight to Milan lands at Malpensa Airport and you're wondering, how do I get into Milan from here? This video is for you.
There are various ways to do it, and depending on the time of day, how much luggage you've got, and your budget, one of them is going to be best for you.
We just arrived at Malpensa, but we've been here many times before, so we're familiar with the choices. We'll walk you through each of the options, show you how they work, step by step, and tell you which ones we'd choose in different situations.
Before we talk about getting into the city, we should point out that the EU has a new immigration process which requires non-EU residents to be photographed and fingerprinted on their first entry into the EU.
You may have heard this causes a major delay at the airports. That was only at the beginning. Now the process is streamlined and takes only a minute to complete.
First, a quick orientation. Malpensa Airport is not right next to the city. It's about 50 kilometers or 30 miles away from the center. That's further than most people expect.
To cover that distance, you've got four options: the Malpensa Express train, a taxi from the official taxi stand, a pre-booked private car, or an airport bus. We'll break down the pros and cons of each.
If you want the most predictable option, we'd recommend the Malpensa Express. Traffic's not involved, so you know your timing, and the price is certainly right.
For many people, the Malpensa Express train is the top choice. It's simple and straightforward, it's not affected by traffic, and it gets you into Milan really fast.
It runs from early morning to late night, and it's a straight shot into Milan. The only decision you have to make in advance is which station are you going to arrive at in Milan.
The Malpensa Express goes to two end stations, Milano Centrale and Milano Cadorna. The trains to Centrale also stop at the intermediate station of Porta Garibaldi.
Here's a simple way to think about it. Milano Centrale is better if you're headed for the main train station area, or you're connecting to another city, or you want an easy metro connection into the center.
Porta Garibaldi is about a mile west of Milano Centrale, so it's best for destinations that are out in that direction.
Cadorna tends to make more sense if you're staying on the west side of the center. Think Castello Sforzesco, Parco Sempione, or that general area. Or if you like the idea of it arriving somewhere a little less hectic than Milano Centrale.
If you're not sure, just pull up your hotel in Google Maps and look at it all relative to the stations, Centrale, Cadorna, or Garibaldi. Pick the one that puts you closest or gives you the simplest metro ride from there.
Here's how it's going to work from the airport. Your international flight will arrive at Terminal 1. After passport control, baggage claim, and customs, you walk out into the arrivals hall.
From there, you're looking for signs that say train, treni, or railway station, stazione. At Terminal 1, the station is inside the airport on level -1. So you're just following those signs down one level. Once you're down there, you'll be in the rail station area with the platforms and the ticket machines.
The ride to Milano Centrale is about 50 minutes, and trains leave the airport station for each Milan station about every 30 minutes. A one-way ticket is €15.
If you like having things set up, you can buy a ticket ahead of time online.
However, there's a key detail. When you buy online, you must pick a departure time. Your ticket stays valid for 3 hours after that time, so you've got some cushion if baggage or passport control takes longer than you expected.
If your flight delay pushes you past that 3-hour window, you can still use the ticket, though you may need to show some proof of the late arrival time. One option is to look up the flight status in the airline's app or web page. It will show the actual arrival time, and you can show that as proof.
If you don't want to think about this timing, just buy the ticket after you land, using your phone on the free airport Wi-Fi or when you get to the station. That's what we do.
Before you get on a train, glance up at the screens and make sure you're boarding the train that says Milano Centrale or Milano Cadorna, whichever line you chose.
A quick note, there's no need to validate this ticket before you get on board.
Luggage usually isn't a problem on the Malpensa Express. The trains have overhead racks and dedicated luggage spaces near the doors. But if you use those, it's wise to sit or stand nearby so you can keep an eye on your bags at intermediate stops. Planning a trip to Italy? Our Italy Trip Planning Guide pulls together all the things that we've learned over years of traveling and living in Italy. The things to do, the things to see, what to avoid, and all those little details that can make your trip more enjoyable and run more smoothly.
If you'd like to find out more, there's a QR code on the screen. You can use your phone to access it, or there's a link in the description box below the video.
The next option is a taxi. This is door to door. No schedules, no transfers. You go straight to your address in Milan.
It's very expensive compared to the train, but at Milan there's a fixed fare of €114 from Malpensa to any place in the city of Milan. Now, of course, the wild card is traffic. So the price is fixed, but you're introducing that possible delay at a busy time.
After customs, you'll be in the Terminal 1 arrivals hall. From there, follow the signs that say taxi and go to the official taxi stand outside near exit 7. You'll see an organized line and posted fare information. This is where you want to be.
Get in the official line, and when it's your turn, confirm you're going to Milan City and that the fare is the €114 airport rate.
A taxi can make a lot of sense if you're splitting the cost between a bunch of people, or you've got a lot of luggage, or you just want the simplest option after a long flight. It can also be the right move if you're arriving late and don't want to deal with the train schedules, and you're okay with traffic being the wild card.
The other door-to-door option is a private transfer, and that means you book a driver in advance, they meet you at the airport and take you directly to your hotel. This is a great option if you don't want to have to sort out your transportation after you arrive at the airport.
You can also use Uber in Milan, but it's not like in the US. Most of the time, it's a premium service. Think Uber Black. So it can be pricier, and you may not have the same fast availability as you're used to in the States.
So we think of Uber as a backup. If you want predictability, book the private transfer.
After passport control, baggage claim, and customs, you'll walk out into the public arrivals hall. Private transfer drivers typically meet you there with a sign with your name on it. Your booking confirmation will tell you exactly where to meet. Sometimes it's right outside the arrivals exit. Sometimes it's a designated meeting point.
If you don't see your driver right away, use the contact number or message link in the booking and tell them exactly where you're standing.
When you book, make sure you enter your flight number. Good services track delays, and they'll time the pickup based on your actual landing.
We haven't personally used these, but Black Lane, Welcome Pickups, and Sixt Ride are common pre-booked transfer options, and they tend to have strong overall reviews. We'll put links below so you can compare pricing and pickup details.
The advantage of this arranged ride is that the decision is already made before you arrive, and the process is simple. You land, you meet the driver, and you go.
The trade-off is cost. You'll likely pay €130 to €140, but you get convenience and predictability. It's most worth it if you're arriving late, you got heavy bags, or you're traveling with kids.
And if you're a family or small group, it can make sense because you're splitting the cost and you're not doing extra steps after you land, like getting to the airport train station, the Milan station, and then getting yourself to the hotel.
Here's a big warning. Never accept a ride from someone who offers you one at the airport. The price may sound great, but you're setting yourself up to be scammed. Only use a driver you've arranged in advance or go to the official taxi line.
The last option is to take the airport bus from Malpensa to Milano Centrale. It's very straightforward. You get on at Malpensa, you get off at Milano Centrale.
But we don't recommend it to most people because you're not saving much over the train and you're bringing traffic into the equation.
After customs, you'll walk out into the Terminal 1 arrivals hall. From there, follow the signs for bus, autobus, or coach/Pullman.
At Malpensa, the airport coaches load from a new dedicated bus area on level -1 near the Sheraton. The bus ticket office is in the same room as the train ticket purchase windows.
Most of the time, you're not picking a company, you're just picking the next departure to Milano Centrale.
On this route, you'll see companies like TerraVision, Autostradale, Airport Bus Express, and Malpensa Shuttle. One-way tickets are about 10 to 13 euro, and you may see promo fares lower if you book online ahead of time.
Buy the ticket for the operator with the next bus either inside the station or from a company representative who usually will be standing outside by the bus.
In light traffic, it's often about 50 minutes to Centrale, but it can change a lot depending on the time of day. Across operators, departures are frequent, often close to every 20 minutes, so you usually won't wait long.
We'd consider taking the airport bus only if you arrive after the trains stop running at night or before they start running in the morning. Otherwise, we'd look for a taxi or take the train.
If you want more info about Italy travel, watch these videos next. Ciao for now.